All right, let's just get into the AI agent in terms of how it works when you actually call it. And I'm just gonna start with the demo right away and just call it right now. I'm just gonna go to the flow and just make sure that is active.
Hello, this is Mark from Pure Fitness. Thanks for calling. I just need to take down a few details so we can help you with your membership. Can I start with your full name, please?
Yeah, Chris J.
Thanks, Chris. And what's your phone number, please?
One,
Just
two,
digits.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Got it. And could I grab your email address, please?
CA@gmail.com.
Okay, and when are you usually free to work out, Chris? Mornings, afternoons, evenings, or weekends?
I'll say mornings.
Got it. And what kind of membership plan are you interested in, Chris? A trial pass monthly or something longer?
Probably a monthly, but I would like to start with a trial first.
Understood. And do you have any other requests or notes for us, like any special conditions or preferences?
No, not really.
All right, and what type of training setup do you prefer, Chris? Group classes, one-on-one coaching, or just general access to the gym?
Just general access is fine.
Okay, last question. What's your main training objective, Chris? Are you looking for strength gains, weight change, or just to stay active?
Used to stay active.
Okay, Chris, I have all the information I need. Thanks for answering all my questions. I'm passing this information on to the next agent, and they'll be in touch shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, not at all. All right, so now I just went straight to the flow right away just to like look over it, but it's running the entire flow right now. So I'm gonna go through this entire thing, but right now since it's running, I'm just gonna let it run and essentially just send that email over there. And I'm just gonna go to Gmail, and there's the email. And it's just gonna bounce because it's a fake email, but here is the actual message that it sent. All right, so if we're just gonna go through ElevenLabs, in this case, I'm not really gonna go too deep into ElevenLabs because I'm just gonna assume that you already know how ElevenLabs works and you already made your own agent. But if you haven't and you would like to have a more in-depth like introduction to ElevenLabs, I could 100% do that. But right now, I'm just gonna show you my agent that I just built, and that's pretty much it. But if I have my own agent here, it's pretty simple. You're just adding like the first message you start with. That's pretty much it. And then you have like the system prompt, which you always have in N8N. So it's just pretty much common sense that you have to have it. But all I did is just inputted this, like what it's supposed to do, the rules pretty much, and how in terms of how you should act. I made sure to add like replace at with this alpha crow with this at sign because it doesn't know what it is, or else it's just gonna put in at instead. And the tools, of course, that it has access to, and the tone. So pretty much the same thing you do in N8N. It's the exact same thing. And then I picked Gemini Flash in this case. It's pretty good. It works. So creative at 50%. And the tools it has access to is Ncall and the N8N webhook. That's what I call the tool, and that's the tool I wrote inside the system prompt as well. And it's just a post to this URL that you will see in a short minute inside of N8N. But the information I send really is just the worker preference, like all the questions the AI agent asked me are the information I'm sending over. So the preference, the phone, the other details, membership interest, goal, name, availability, like all of that information he asked me about, you just send it over as a webhook response over here. Let's get into N8 in the workflow itself. So the way it works is essentially that I have this test URL and I send the information here on the left side or right side. And as you can see here, I sent in, like, this is all the questions they asked about, and then I send it over here. And then I just normalize the data pretty much over here and just call it whatever, email, name, etc. The other thing I actually do right away is updating the CRM right away. So I actually update it once with just a normal flow pretty much, in terms of like, it actually runs through, every single lead is gonna run through this flow and be updated in here. So it adds in email, phone, worker preference, like all of it here. The only thing that are not actually updated by me is the lead classification, lead score, and the reason, because that's something the AI tool is supposed to figure out itself by using this AI tool. So in this prompt message, I just add in all the information here. And then I have a system prompt which tells the AI tool how to act, or AIing in this case. And it then essentially figures out like all of these, the rest of the things. So you can call the CRM update tool to actually update the lead quality, which is the one thing I do not actually touch. So that's why it says warm lead score 70, because I did not say that I'm a warm lead or that my lead score is 70. That's something the AI agent classified. And really, you don't really need, like, the only reason you will have this AI agent here really is because you want to classify the lead. So that's the only reason. Like, besides that, I mean, you do need actually the knowledge base database. So in a way, you kind of need to get that information and actually make up some sort of message based on the questions I had. And this is just the knowledge base. It's just a simple information about the gym that it uses to like answer the questions I had. So, and the only reason I'm saying this is because in a lot of cases, you don't really need an AI agent. That's what I've noticed. Like, in a lot of cases, you can actually not use one. But in this case, since we do want to use the knowledge base and like conjure up some sort of message based on what I said on the phone, it kind of makes sense to actually use an AI agent, because it is going to have to go through the data and then figure out like what part should I bring with me and like what do I need to actually reply with. Once all of that is done, and another thing is that all of these like tabs here, the AI agent is just gonna fill them in for me. So it just says like from AI, the AI is filling it in for me. I don't touch this. Like, the AI tool does all of me. So yeah, and it's the same thing here. The only thing I put in here is just the URL of this page, and then the AI agent does the rest. It gets the information, as you can see over here, and then it writes the entire message, which is this content here. And this content is then sent over to a email writer, which then writes an email based on the content on the left side for us. And then the code node just removes like all the stars because we can't really have those in the email. And then we have a structured output parser, like we just tells it that this is how we want it to like look like when it's done. And then of course we have this last part, which is just send the email, pretty much send the email body, like what we're gonna send. So, and based on the questions I had, it just adds in like these things here, like, oh yeah, you were interested in this, blah blah blah, dang. And really, I'm gonna put this entire flow like at the bottom of this video, but I wouldn't really say that it's too hard to like set this up. Maybe setting up yeah, that's something I didn't really show, like setting up these access token. I will probably say that like the hardest things might maybe be like access tokens and the system prompts. But besides that, setting up the flow itself, once those things are down, is just like putting them in there and just making sure that everything is going from left to right. But yeah, but either way, if you have any questions at all, drop them below and I will answer them. I will just share this flow below so you can just copy it and just use it right away. But you are gonna have to like add your own access token and all of that. So yeah, but yeah, either way, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.